not possible somehow virtually.
True, true, very true.
Students have lost their interest. Students
Absolutely.
have lost their interest in academics.
I agree with you because I see my boys, and it has taken a toll on all of us in some way or the other. And in fact, I had also taken a short break, and I was usually I like to write a lot, and I blog and I write mails, and I feel connected with the community. But of lately, I've not been doing that. I think we did a couple of sessions in Jan, but then it's taking a toll on each one of us in some way or the other, and sometimes it gets too overwhelming. And that's when I decided that let's just give it a little bit of break, because self-care, of course, is very important. And that's why I always keep a bottle of water next to me during any presentation, any online session, or even when I'm talking to my boys, because they never listen to me. So all the more reason for me to drink lots and lots of water, so that I can talk to them and get across them. So I can really understand how it has been, and I only hope that we see some ray of hope in the next few months, and we begin with physical school, and children also get to go back and meet their friends and interact with everybody. So thank you, Sheetal, for sharing your feelings openly out here and trusting us for the same. Thank you so much. And anybody else would like
Thank
to
you,
share anything? You can see Rachna smiling. Would you like to share anything, Rachna? You're
There's a lot of noise in the
all
background.
right.
I've got 3 kids, so I
Oh,
guess
okay. All right. I get you. Three kids. I get you. I get you. All right. So let us begin. I think it's just a small story that I would like to share out here with everyone. So it's an irony sometimes when I think how I landed up as a teacher by profession. I'll just put everyone on mute so that we are good to go. All right, we are good to go now. And yes, so I was just sharing my story that sometimes I really wonder how I became a teacher by profession, because this was a profession which I disliked the most, because I never had good teachers in my schooling years. And I hated, especially the last couple of years, the ninth and 10th schooling, because that's where I got some of the worst teachers who were very partial, and who always made me feel small, and who always thought that I'm not really capable of getting good marks. Of course, I was an average student all throughout, and I excelled in college, of course, because maybe the school environment was such that I never found the motivation to excel because of my teachers, with due respect to whatever they did at that point in time. But somewhere it stayed in me that it was because of them that I never tried, because they never believed in me. So that made me believe that there's no point in trying. And little did I know that when I would pass out of college, and I would actually take up a teaching course and start teaching at Vidya Mandir. And that those were, I think I taught for 4 years, and those were some of the most amazing years of my life, where I taught and I learned more than I taught from the children. And then, of course, there was no stopping. I went on to do my master's in special education. I taught, my forte is autism, so I started teaching children with special needs, especially autism. And I joined my friend's NGO, and that is something that I did for, I think, 3 years. And while I was doing that, I was also training teachers and developing curriculum for preschools. And that's where I got into close contact with more and more of educators, where I saw the struggle. And even in the rural areas, we have fantastic teachers, but what they struggle with is language at times. And because of the language stigma, because English is something which is, we Indians love to speak in English. So unfortunately, because of that, they are not able to come up and express, or probably join this profession, because of the fear of not being able to speak in English language with the parents and the children. So a lot of insights that I got throughout my journey. And of course, then in 2015, this group was formed. And since then, it has been growing. And I've been lucky enough to be associated with all you passionate educators, where I have learned and learned, and I have shared my learning with the community members. And so have the community members been sharing their learnings with everyone in the community. And I think that's the power of the community, where we feel belonged, where we feel that if there's anything that we need to find out or we need to reach out to, it's just a call away or it's just a message away. So thank you for being a part of Teachers Help Teachers, and having faith in us, because whatever we are trying to do, we're trying to kind of give our best to the teaching community to help them evolve professionally, and then of course also find suitable jobs, because we all know that how this entire year has been, 2020 has been for many educators. So we are also trying and helping educators get jobs, and hopefully we shall grow soon. And with, of course, passionate educators like you all, and the feedback that we keep getting from all of you, we are going to grow in the right direction. And with this, I would like to share my screen and talk about the Chrome extensions that we are going to be doing today. So I'm just going to be sharing my screen and showcasing my, yeah. Just one second. So those are my boys, which you can hear in the background, and as you all know that they cannot stay without me. So I'm just trying to shoo them away. And here I am with my screen. Can you all see my screen? Yes, you all can, right? Okay, let me just present my screen so that we all start and understand what is meant by Google Chrome extension. So I hope that all of you are using your laptop, because if you're using your laptop, it will be easier for you to download those extensions. If not, then you can note down the extensions that we're going to be discussing. And then later on, when you are on your laptop, you can download and you can try it out. It's really very simple, and it's nothing like, you need to know a lot of steps. It's very, very simple, and that's what I'm going to make it. I'm going to be showcasing it to you all. Before that, I'm going to be stopping my screen share, because there is a small poll that I want to, that I want to launch. Here it is. Just one question. So I've started the poll. If all of you can have a look at the question and just answer. Oh, wow, that's bang on 100%. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, so we have very small portion of the teachers who have not tried Google Chrome extensions, and we have a huge proportion that have been trying and using Google Chrome extensions. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. So it'll be nice to even know what kind of extensions you all are using. Okay, Sangram sir, you're on desktop. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so we have close to 80% saying that they are aware of Chrome extension and have been using Chrome extensions, and 20% where they are not aware and not actually ventured out into Chrome extensions. So that gives me an idea as to how should be the speed of my session ahead. Thank you. So thank you for, I'm going to be sharing the results so that everybody can see that. And here it is. And now I'm going to be sharing the screen. All right. So as I was going to be showcasing my presentation out here, and which will help you to understand what is Google Chrome extension, just to begin with, for those who don't know. In a jiffy, I'm just going to be like moving ahead quickly so that we dive into the extensions. Now, must have Google Chrome extensions for educators. So we have, I'll just shift this down. Yeah. So we have this teachers lab where we meet every week and we discuss what are the new tools and what are the new extensions that teachers have been using, or each one of us have been using. And I have a few teachers of mine with whom I brainstorm, and we kind of figure out and understand which one is really useful and which one is something which we are not going to be using it on a regular basis. So that's what is called the teachers lab. I can share the details about the teachers lab if you would like to be a part of it, because once in a week the teachers lab comes together and there's a sharing that happens, and it's a very closed group of teachers, so I can share the details in case you would like to join that. Now, moving ahead, what is Google Chrome extension? So basically, they are these small software programs to make our work easier, and especially for all those who are using the Chrome the Chrome browser, it's meant for them. So if you're using an Apple laptop, then you will be using the Safari browser, but you can also download Chrome browser and use it, and then avail of all the Google Chrome extensions in order to increase your productivity, right? So these are the extensions which are provided by Google, and they are available on Chrome Store. So what do we do is, how do we download that? Is we just visit Chrome Store, we type Chrome Store in our Google search, we go to Chrome Store, and then we search for the extension that we need. And once it comes across, we just add the extension. That's about it. Nothing more, nothing less. These 3 steps is what we have to follow. In case you would like to take a snapshot of this, you can take a snapshot. Otherwise, we're going to be doing it together. And then how do we find these extensions? Now I will be showing you that once you're on your laptop, how do you go across that, and then which extensions are helpful. Of course, I'm going to be sharing another screen which I have prepared over here, which is like a mind map, and here it is. Yeah. So I use Coggle very extensively, because that's something which helps me to, kind of help me align my thoughts, because it's as you can see, it's a mind map software, and there are many mind map tools and softwares that are available, but Coggle is something that I really enjoy because it's very simple and very lucid and very okay. I did not read the chat. Right now I'm using attendance grid. Dualness, yes, dualness is of course to split the screen. Not lovely. I will be asking everyone to share their extensions also that everyone is using. Thank you so much for sharing. So as you can see over here, Chrome extensions, they help us they help us to enhance our productivity, make it easier to present, and helps to present effectively in the virtual classroom. So there are a lot of things which we do on a daily basis, and if we have some kind of shortcuts, then our work becomes easier. So what are the tools that we're going to be trying to cover in today's session? We have Insert Learning, which is one of my favorite, then SwiftReader, which is again my favorite. So basically all of my favorite. We have Mercury Reader, then we have Loom extension, and Extensify is something which will help you organize all your extensions. So it's not something that you have to use, but it'll help you get organized, because as educators, that's what we need to do, right? Organize ourselves. Which mind map extension am I using? I'm using Coggle, C-O-G-G-L-E, correct. So this is what I have prepared in a matter of 2 minutes, where I just thought, if I were to showcase this to my students also, they exactly know what is it that we are going to be covering. So this is all about the extensions that we are going to be covering. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting with Mercury Read. I don't know how many of you got a chance to have a look at the video that was shared. So I'm just going to be putting down Chrome Store into the web browser, and there it goes. So I go to Chrome Store because I'm going to be downloading the extension. It's already there on my side, but it's just that, in case nobody is aware of how do we do it, then this is where we go. We type the first extension that we're going to be learning, which is Mercury Read. And we click enter, and that's what it shows, right? Mercury Reader, and I click on it, and it's already added to my extension. That's why it's showing remove from Chrome. So I'm not going to be removing it from Chrome. It's already there in my extension. And how do I know where is it? So you see this blurb out here, right? This is what is the extension blurb on my laptop, and this is where I will find all my extensions that I have downloaded. So if you can see, I have downloaded a lot of extensions because I use them a lot in my day-to-day work. And also Clockify is something which is one of my favorite. That's also something I will share with you all. So this is where I will find all my extensions. Right now we have downloaded Mercury Reader. Now what is it that Mercury Reader is going to do? Now in case you are also wondering whether I should download this extension or not, so what Chrome Store does is it gives you a brief overview about what Mercury Reader is going to be doing. right? So you can read that brief outline about the tool, about the extension, and then decide whether it's going to be useful to you or not, because it doesn't make sense just adding it to your desktop and then not using it, and it's just lying there occupying space. So this is what it does. It allows you to read what it's going to do. So this is something which is one of my favorites. So for example, let's say when as educators, of course, we read a lot, and news is something that I'm always reading online, so on the go. So let's say if I'm reading something, some news article which I want to go through, and okay, latest news, I go to India Today and I am wanting to read. So usually when you go to any kind of website which is like a famous website, so there will be lot of ads, right? And also when you're assigning certain websites to to your learners to probably research on something, we have to be very careful that those websites do not have adult content or any adult ad which are being shown on that. So in such a case, what is it that we need to do, and how is it that we can avoid the ads and the clutter? So now, for example, if I want to read something, you see there are ads being shown on the right side of my screen, and there's a lot of distraction, and it kind of takes me away from what is it that I want to do. And so let's say if I want to read about Twitter suspends 550 accounts flag, right? Now I go to that article. Now I'm on this article, and I'm, of course, as I'm reading down and I'm scrolling down, I see a lot of ads, right? Now, in order to avoid the clutter and in order to make it look very simple, what I do is I go to my extension and I click on Mercury Reader. Now, when you click on Mercury Reader, what it allows you to do is it actually simplifies the screen. It removes all the clutter from the screen. My internet is a bit slow, so that's why it's kind of loading. Yeah. So this is what it does, right? It's very simple. The moment I clicked on Mercury Reader, it removed all the clutter. It removed all the ads, all the pop-ups that were coming. And here it is. This is what we get. A very, very clean, readable article without any distraction. And it helps you to finish reading that article in less than a minute, right? Did you like this? Did you find this interesting? Are you aware of this something called Mercury Reader? Because when I got this extension downloaded, I was like, wow, this is superb. This is something which removes all the clutter, and you can even have your learners download this extension and have them use it, because it's so much useful for higher grade students who are always researching on website, right? Because nowadays websites are getting too hodgepodge, too cluttered. And then wait, it's not over. There are some more amazing features that Mercury Reader offers, and I was so excited to figure that out. So here it is. Just one sec, I'll just take the chat box. Yeah, here. So when you scroll up and you go to this wrench icon, this is what you will see. Right now, it allows you to get the text size altered to either small, medium, or large. Of course, I prefer large because it's kind to my eyes. And then also it allows you to play with two typography, that's serif and sans, whichever you would like to prefer. And the best part is the theme, the light theme and the dark theme. So I always prefer the dark one, because that's also something which doesn't strain my eyes, because there's a lot of reading that we're doing nowadays, and we're always on the desktop doing something or the other. So dark mode is something which works wonderful and allows you to read at your own pace. Now wait, now this is something which Mercury Read allows you to do, right? And thank you. Yes, even I really loved it when I found this extension. Now imagine if this is the article and you want to read this article in a jiffy. You don't have time. You have probably, let's say there's an assignment where 10 articles have been assigned and you have to read all of them and make a concise note. So what is it that we need to do? Which of course we need to help our learners with that. So there is another extension which I'm going to go to my Chrome store, and I'm going to be typing it out here. Extension, and here it is. Search the store for something called as SwiftRead. SwiftReader. Yeah. No, it's not this one. 1 minute. It's SwiftRead. No, it's not this one. This not. No. Where did it go? SwiftRead. I will just check. SwiftReader. Okay, we did not get that. No, where did it go? Is there in my extension? Let me just check it. Yeah. SwiftRead. All right. Let us figure out if it's there. SwiftRead without any space. Now we have to be very careful because Chrome Web Store has a lot of extensions with the same names and similar names. Like for example, even on Facebook, when you go and you were to type Teachers Help Teachers, there will be many groups that will show up with the same name. So you got to be very careful as to which is the extension that you need to download and which is the group that you need to join, because there are going to be many similar looking groups and similar looking apps or extensions. So let's try SwiftRead, and here it is. So SwiftRead without any space, just like Teachers Help Teachers without any space. So you click on SwiftRead, and since it is already downloaded, I mean it's already, the extension is already there. I'm not going to be removing it. Now let us see what it does. Now I was on this news article which we were reading, right? And let us go back to our article. Where was the article? Yeah. Right. Now, if I were to read this in a jiffy and understand what it is trying to say, so I go to SwiftRead and okay, SwiftRead, where did it go? Yeah. I click on SwiftRead and let us see what happens. Oh, sorry. I'm going to go again, click on SwiftRead, and there's going to be a window that's going to pop up. Now, the SwiftRead window pops up, and what is it asking is, do you want this file to open as a PDF? So for example, if maybe I am on some website and I'm reading something. Now, if I launch SwiftRead, it'll ask me or allow me to open it as a separate PDF all by itself. Or it can also help me read it in Google Docs, SwiftRead in Google Docs, SwiftRead in Kindle, of course. And then if I just click SwiftRead current page, let's see what it does. And this is going to be like magic. Ready, steady, go. Okay, I need to select the text. Yeah. And this works like magic, because when I discovered this, it helped me save a lot of my time and also helped me increase my reading speed, because it actually shows how fast you're going to be able to read and what is it that you're going to be reading. Yeah. Okay, the magic doesn't seem to be working. Let us try again. Maybe good things take time. Yeah, SwiftRead is Alt and B. Okay, let us try Alt and B. And okay, let me try another document. Maybe I have opened out here. Yeah. Current page. Yes, I want to SwiftRead current page. Okay, here it is. And what it does is it's going to read swiftly. Now, when it's going to move these words, it's also going to be reading aloud. And it can show that in 1 minute, what is the word per minute. You can reduce it, and the speed can be reduced. The font size can be increased or decreased, however you want. But it's just that instead of reading the article at one glance slowly, this is going to present it fast. There's also an option where it reads the article aloud. So I don't know why it's not reading it aloud, because when I installed it, it was reading it aloud. I'll just check the setting. Maybe there's some setting. So are you all able to see this? Because when I was recording it, and I wanted to showcase this tool to the educators, so there was just like a blank screen that was being shown. And when I stopped recording and I started seeing my own recording, it did not show anything. It just showed like a blank screen that was moving, just haywire. So I hope you all are able to see this. You can just see a blank screen. No. Okay, so what I want you all to do is type SwiftRead, and what you need to do is, in case there are lengthy articles, all that you need to do is just download that extension and run that extension so that it will allow you to read it swiftly and with the text to speech feature. So that is something that you will also be able to hear. So as the words are moving, you will be able to hear them, and you will be able to pick out the gist from that article. So rather than reading the entire article, you will be able to pick out the gist. Yes. So a blank screen is only being seen. Correct. So I request everyone to download SwiftRead. I will just type it out. SwiftRead without any space, because there are many others of this with similar names. So SwiftRead without any space, and try it out yourself and let me know if it worked for you, because this is something that I'm using extensively to increase my reading speed, because it helps me to, right now my target, that is the word per minute, is at 400, but eventually I would like to increase it to maybe like 450 and 500, because the more we are able to read swiftly, the more we are able to digest more information, right? And as educators, and it's something which is like a boom if you're able to read swiftly and also comprehend what you're reading. It's not just about reading, right? Do you agree with me that it is also important to comprehend what we are reading? Yes. If you agree, you can type yes. Yeah. So this is SwiftRead. Please download it and help yourself to increase your own reading speed, if not for your learners, but for yourself, right? Do you always use SwiftRead when you're on Google Meet? Not on Google Meet. When I'm when I'm doing any research, when I'm required to be reading a lot of articles. So, there's sometimes like the eyes get tired, how much of it are you going to be reading? So you just kind of run SwiftRead and boom, it goes, it reads out to you at a faster pace. And it also, even if you're walking and you're listening, you're able to digest some information from that article, right? Okay, so we move on to the other tool, which is, I'm going to be closing this window, which for others looks like a blank screen. So I'm going to be closing the SwiftRead, S capital, R capital, SwiftRead. So I'll just close the window of SwiftRead, and here we are. Now, let us go to our mind map, and let us look at Mercury Read Swift Reader. Insert learning. Now, insert learning is again something which is they have their own website, which is called insertlearning.com. So what happens is some of the extensions take you to their website, and they ask you to log in order to be able to use that particular extension that you want to download. Now, what is it that so I have already gone and logged in on insertlearning.com, because when I was downloading the extension insert learning, this is what it asked me to do. It took me to the website, it asked me to log in, and I logged in, and then of course I can use the features. So insert link is the name of the extension. Okay, it's not showing. Maybe I've done some mistake in typing it. Let us look at it. IL, insert learning. Sorry. It's insert learning, not insert link. So insert learning is another fantastic extension that I found out, because what it does is, since everything is happening virtually right now, even like the articles that we want our learners to read with us or research with us, and also sometimes there are so many PDF files that we want to refer and we want to annotate, but we are not able to annotate. So what we have to do is we have to convert those PDF files into Word doc, and sometimes they get converted, sometimes they don't get converted. So this insert learning, which is an extension as well as a website, allows us to actually start working on the PDF file itself with our learners. It helps us to highlight, it helps us to ask questions, it helps us to post links, videos, articles. So anything that we are doing on the screen with our learners, so it becomes very interactive with our learners, and also it helps us to address the issues that we want them to focus on. So let us explore how this site works. Now, this was Mercury Read, so I'm just going to close the tab for Mercury Read, and we're going to be going to the insert learning. Yeah, so here we are, insert learning. Do we see that? No, we don't see that. Insert learning. Maybe there's no gap again. Yeah. Insert learning. Here it is. Insert learning also does not have any gap. I capital L capital. So you got to be very careful when you're typing these apps, when you're typing the names of these extensions, because many a times it may just show up something else. So let's click on insert learning since I've already downloaded. So the moment you click on insert learning, it will take you to their website, and it'll not only ask you to download the extension, of course, but it'll also ask you to log into their website. Now what it does is it has a very well curated library, and which we can use, and that PDF, the resources that they have, we can even straight away use it with our learners. So for example, I was doing this rainforest, and since I'm already signed in to their website, insertlearning.com, it took me to the page. It asked me to, just like Google Classroom, it asked me to, make my own classroom as to what is it that I want to share the lesson format with which grade learners. So it asked me to sign in that I'm a teacher, I'm going to be using it for education, and I'm going to be teaching grade 5, and my subjects are going to be like English, math, and geography. So it asked me to fill that basic information, which I filled, and then of course it took me to this homepage, which is what you see in front of your screen. Now in the search box, I clicked on this topic rainforest, which we were researching upon. Now, when I clicked on rainforest, it could be any other topic that you could click on. It could be, maybe climate, climate change. So if you click on climate change, let's see what comes up. So yeah, so this is what comes up: climate change impacts national oceanic and atmospheric. So I click on this article, and it takes me to that article. Now let us see what we can do with the extension that we have of insert learning. So it's just loading. We'll give it the time to load. Now I'm on this website, which was provided to me within the insert learning website, right? It took me to this because I was searching on climate change. It took me to this. I clicked on this article. Here I am. Now, if you see, since I have already downloaded the extension, there is this left side, there is this panel of insert learning, which you can see. And now this panel has all the tools that an educator needs in a virtual classroom. So let's say if I'm discussing about climate change with my learners, and I want them to, I want it to be interactive. I want them to read the article with me, and I want to ask them questions, and I want them to think while I'm asking, and then I also want to highlight certain aspects while we are reading this article. It allows us to do all of that. I think this might have been made by a teacher. So here it is. I can highlight it. Here it is. So if I want to highlight 3 sentences, it helps me to highlight. Now, if I want to add a question out here, or if I want to add a comment, for example, things we depend upon and value: water, energy, transportation, wildlife are experiencing the effects of changing. So I can just say that, I can just ask my learners that, could you uh, present this with examples? Yeah. So while they are learning, they also know that I have, at this point in time, asked them to present something which will prove this point that has been highlighted. So it allows us, the learners as well as the educator, to interact while we are reading. And also when they are reading, they exactly know where they need to stop, what they need to focus on, and what is it that is expected out of them to be doing when they are reading this article. Now, this was the highlight and the comment feature that I showed you. Now you can even insert a sticky note. So let's say if I want to insert a sticky note, it's going to ask me to insert. Insert learning can be used with documents as well. It is very, very useful to use with PDFs. Now, this is a website that we are using. It is not a document. So I'm actually annotating on the website. It's like, I'm not downloaded anything. It's just right there in front of my screen. And because I've downloaded the extension, I'm able to do it. Now, where is the sticky note? Here is a sticky note. Yeah. So, excuse me. So in the sticky note, if I want to place an example out here, so if I have found a YouTube video on climate change, I can paste that YouTube video out here. So for example, let's say climate change is something that I want my learners to attend, and I go to videos, and let's say I found this video by United Nations, and I click on it. I take the URL of it. Just one second. We need the video for this. So let us go to the video. Okay, the video is within the site. So maybe what I can do is, if I want my learners to refer to this website, which is the climate change website by United Nations, so I can go insert the link of this. It's just taking a while. Yeah. So I can just copy paste the link, and I can go back to my site, and I can click here that read more on this. Sorry, read more on this by UN article. So this is what I can do it, and I can also have a video recorded. So if you were to record your video for your learners where you want to share some information, then you can just click on the video icon, and it'll allow you to record any kind of information that you want to share with your learners. So that's it's like a very, very comprehensive extension. It's like a app or a tool by itself rather than an extension, because it helps us to annotate on any working document that we are showcasing, and it helps us to add comments. It helps us to kind of add our videos over there provided in the link. And then the best part is that this can be shared in the Google Classroom, Microsoft Meet, or it can also be shared as a link and given it to our learners. But the only condition is that whomever you're giving it to, they should have the Insert Learning extension downloaded on their laptop. Then only they will be able to see everything that you have annotated on it. If they don't have the extension, obviously they won't be able to see it. So when you're giving it to your learners, you have to be careful that they need to be shown how to download it in case they are the early learners. But in case of higher grades, of course, they would know it all, and they will be able to download it and use it effectively. So I'm going to be taking the questions again. So this is what the app is, not the app, but because it is so comprehensive, I kind of tend to call it as an app. This is what Insert Learning allows us to do. It also allows us to insert a question. So if there is some question that I would like to ask my learners, then I click on it, and it'll help me to ask a question as well. So I'm just going to scroll down, and so this is where I clicked because I want to ask a question in the second paragraph. So if there is a question that I have to ask, then here it is. I can just type my question and click on create, and it will be created. So this is what it helps us to do. It helps us to highlight. It helps us to add a sticky note. It helps us to even add our own video, YouTube video links, and the YouTube video links will be inserted within the site itself. You won't have to get out of this site and go to YouTube to watch that. So that's the best part, because many a times when we take our learners from one site to another site, they kind of get distracted, because once you take them to YouTube, it's very distracting for them, because they tend to stay on YouTube and then they watch something else, which kind of takes away their learning time. So we don't want them to get distracted. So everything is embedded within this site with the help of Insert Learning. And then insert a discussion. So let's see if I want to have a discussion over here, or you're locked in ice. So maybe, if just like we experience lockdown, so how is it to experience a year locked in ice? So this is something that you can read more about, and then insert a discussion topic for them to be able to then interact with you. So this can be shared prior to the lecture, or it can also be shared after the lecture. So maybe, during the lecture, you can just read the PDF together with your learners, and then add, after the discussion is over, then you can add these pointers, questions, links, and, give it to them as a revision document. Or, also it can be given prior to the lecture, where you can ask them to, think it over or research a little more. So depending on, your style and what is it that you want your learners to achieve and do in the classroom with you. So the flipped classroom model, how is it that you want to utilize it? So this is what the Insert Learning extension is all about. So how did you like the Insert Learning extension? Type awesome if you found it awesome. Yes, you can send the link as a homework with your annotations for students to read, research, answer, and yeah, you can have videos recorded, you can have posted, you can have all the information, questions, comments. So it's really amazing. It is very similar to the Socrative tool that we had covered in one of our sessions. And that Socrative tool is like an app by itself, but it's really amazing to see that one small extension can actually allow us to do so many things at the same time. As I said, this must have been made by an educator, because they really know the pain points that we face, right? So yes, awesome. I too found this tool awesome. And any questions? Do you always use? I'm just going back to the questions. You can share the link with the annotations. Yes, you can share. Can it be used on Word documents? Yes, it can be used on Word documents. It can be used on websites. Only thing is that you will be prompted to log in, to register on insertlearning.com, and that is what I have done. And I think there is a limited free period available to use the website resources, and then after that they will ask you to kind of maybe enroll for the paid version. I'm not sure about that, but as of now, I'm using the free version, and it's pretty much helpful. So I think there is some limit on the free usage of the website. So that is something that you can explore, and you can share the link. So just like in other tools like Socrates, Seesaw, where we make something and then we are able to share it with our colleagues or with our fellow educators or with our teachers or with our learners. We are able to share the link. So this is also something where I have created something, and if I want to share this with my co-teacher, and I want her or him to have a look, then I can share this link which is out here via Facebook, via Twitter, or I can even invite, like I can just share this link on Facebook, and I can invite people to come read, comment, and but of course they need to have the insert learning downloaded, the extension downloaded on their desktop. Then only they will be able to understand what annotations have been done. So here it is. You can share you can share the link via Twitter and Facebook. And this also is something which we can integrate with our Facebook, sorry, with our Microsoft Teams and Google Classroom. Yeah. So this is what I created, grade 5, one teacher. And then I can also invite co-teacher. I can edit information. I can delete the class. And this is the resources. So if I want to find some content, tools to embed. So it's like, not only an extension provided, but also like a website which you can use it. So do explore insert learning. It is fantastic and a great tool for educators, especially the higher grades, because there's a lot of reading and research that happens. So I'm sure that this would be really handy for the higher grade learners. Now the next extension is Loom for Google Chrome. Now Loom is again similar to Screencastify, Screen Recorder, and if you're aware of that, then Loom will be something very easy for you to use. We will be taking the questions, at the end. Now, Loom, again, what it helps us to do is it's very simple. You just need to go sign in. It'll ask you again to fill in your details, that what are you going to be using it for, and what do you want to do with Loom. So you click, you fill up those criterias, and then you will be able to come to the desktop. Now what you're going to be doing is, what Loom allows us to do is, just like we saw in insert learning, we can record a video and we can insert it right there in the article for our learners in case we want to share or there's something that we want to communicate. So here in Loom as well, if rather than making a video on the phone, or you can of course make videos on phone, but if you want to insert the link in your presentation, or if you want to insert the link of your video in your Google Classroom to communicate with your learners. So Loom is something which is very simple. It just allows you to create your account, and then once you've created your account, it is integrated with Google Classroom, Bitmoji, Microsoft. So you can even have your avatar instead of your face being shown. So once you have your avatar ready, you can just, in the screen, you can just use the avatar. In the camera screen, you can use the avatar, and have the avatar do the talking and let your voice be there. So once you do that, there is the extension. So there are some extensions which are supported with with a website where you get more features to utilize, and with the extension of these kind of websites, what you need to do is just click on it and it'll take you to record a video. So like, for example, if I just click on Loom for Chrome, it'll just allow me to record my video straight away. It'll save time wherein I won't have to log into the website. Then, if I've forgotten the password, then how do I sign in? So it saves all that hassle of, logging into a website. That's why the extension to just click on it and it straight away takes you to the recording. Record whatever you want to record. You're done. Share the link, post it on the WhatsApp group or the Google Classroom, and there you go. So right now I clicked on the Loom extension, and this is where it took me. It took me to record whatever is it that I want to record, right? Now it gives me options of screen and camera both. So for example, if I'm sharing something with my learners where I want my face on my screen to be seen, then screen and camera. Or if I just want them to see the screen and I'm just going to be doing the talking, then only screen. Or if I just want them to see me and not the screen, then, okay. So then it's just like, that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. Just close this window. Yeah. So there was this video that I was recording and, just kind of trying it out and understanding how it helps you to, how does it look? So it's the thing is that Screencastify and Screen Recorder. So there is even Mote where, in the Google presentation slide itself, you're able to record your voice and insert it over there. So there are many such extensions which are available, which allow you to record your voice or record your screen. So this is particularly for recording your screen and yourself. So in case there's something that you want to showcase, then Loom is something that you can use. Once you set up the account, you just need to click on record, and once you've recorded that, it'll just allow you to share it. I don't know why it's showing that I have been denied access. See, here it is. Copy once you create that video. So here it is, copy video link. Video link is copied. And then I can share that video link in the chat. But I'm not going to be sharing that because it was just like a very lame video that I took of mine. And I was just trying it out. So that's something that this video link is, I'm not going to be sharing it, right? But I want all of you to try Loom, because what it helps us to do is there are many times where, this, especially Screen Recorder or Screencastify, there are, sometimes there are these hurdles which teachers have faced where they are not able to record beyond certain videos. So maybe it's because of the free premium version. So Loom again is free. It helps you to record as many videos as you want and share and integrate it with your Google Classroom. So that's what Loom allows you to do. Very simple. So the reason why I've shared Loom over here is because it's really simple to use. It's like, just 2 steps and there you go. So that's what Loom allows us to do. And then because we have so many extensions on our laptop, we also need to manage them, right? And if you're not good at organizing stuff, then we land up searching for it, and again we waste time. So as educators, there's something that we need to be really conscious of is time, because I think for everybody, the way we utilize our time and the way we give, prioritize our task is something that we need to be conscious about. So in order to organize all the apps, all the extensions that we have downloaded and make it look neat. So there is if you don't organize it, this is something like, this is how it's going to look. There's going to be a long list of extensions, which is going to be showcased out here. But Extensify, which I had showed, Extensify is another Chrome extension which organizes all your apps and allows you to see what is it that you have downloaded, if it is already there or it's not there, and also helps you to focus as to which extension you want to use. So for example, instead of, like, I was searching for SwiftRead, right? And I was not able to find it in spite of it being in front of my eyes. So Extensify, what it does is it helps you to, the moment you click on Extensify, there is this icon, like a circle within the square, and it shows up. And then what it helps you to do is it helps you to see everything that you have downloaded as extensions on your desktop, and even the apps. So it segregates the extensions from the apps. So if you see at the bottom, I have my apps, and if you see on the top, there are these, extensions that I have downloaded, and There are some of it which are deleted, so it will also show the ones which have been deleted, and some of it which are already there and I'm using it. So this is how Extensify helps you get organized. And in case you want to share this with someone, then you can share it, and you can maybe share it with your co-teacher that these are the extensions, or share it with your learners that these are the extensions that I want all of you to have on your desktop. So maybe like 3 extensions, 4 extensions, how many ever you want. Make it, put it into Extensify and share that with your teachers or learners, and so that they don't have to search and type that particular name in the Chrome store and then get confused whether it's the same thing or it's something else. So this is what Extensity helps you to do. It helps us to organize all our extensions under one roof. So this was all about Google Chrome extensions today. What we have covered is right at the beginning, we covered Coggle, which was a mind mapping tool that I have been using. And it's very simple to use. All you need to do is just log in, and there are many other mind mapping tools which I'm sure all of you might be using already. And yeah, please do share in case you're using something which is as simple as this. And it kind of allows you to display the screen and let everything be organized. And then we covered Mercury Read, which was one of my favorite. And then we went to SwiftRead. Of course, in SwiftRead, you were not able to see how the words were going. So please download the extension and try it for yourself, because it's really going to help you to improve on your reading ability. So that's something that you must try it. Then after that, we went on to insert learning, and of course the video recording software, which helps you to insert your videos into lessons and into Google Classrooms, pre or post your lesson. So this is what we did. And Extensity is to organize all the apps, all the extensions that we have downloaded, because as educators we tend to download a lot. We tend to download a lot of stuff, content, and now of course being in the virtual world, there are these apps and extensions that we're all the time downloading. So this was about Google Chrome extensions. Must have Google Chrome extensions. Of course, there are many more, and I'm going to be sharing those as well in the coming Wednesday sessions. And don't worry, I'm not going to keep it to myself. I'm going to be sharing it all, and it's always wonderful to get together and share and learn from one another. So that's something that we will keep on doing it as a part of the Wednesday show and tell feature at Teachers Help Teachers. And now I will have the question answers. So I'll just kind of put everyone on, I'll stop the screen share, and then we can have a discussion about what are the tools or what are the extensions that you all have been using, which you all would like to share. Because as I said, that these sessions are all about sharing and all about disseminating knowledge. It's not about wearing the crown, right? So sharing is caring, absolutely. So I'll just change the setting. Please feel free to yeah, there were some questions also which I'm going to be reading in the chat, and just a moment. Yeah, sometimes it's you tend to forget where were those settings in spite of using it day in and day out. Now I'm not able to figure out where is the unmute setting. Yes, I'm putting you on unmute. Yeah, okay, here it is. So okay, somebody had some question, I believe. Sangram sir had raised his hand. Yeah, would you like to speak, or would you like to put your question in the chat? However you're comfortable. Mumtaz says she's practicing dualness. Okay, yes, wonderful. That's also a extension that I tried, and it kind of divides the screen. So dualness is split is different, and dualness is different. I think dualness helps us to divide it into 4 quadrants, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Mumtaz? Yeah, I think dualness
It
gives
allows
us.
you to choose the percentage, the ratio in which you want to divide the
Correct,
screen.
correct. So sometimes if it's just horizontally 2 parts, then it allows us to do that as well, right?
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
It gives you options, screen splitting options. So the one which is more suitable to you, you can go and try it there. The one which is more suitable to you, you can pick it up.
Okay, that's nice.
So
All
it's
right.
like dividing 70, 30, 80, 20, something like that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
once you click on that, it will show you a list of screen splitting options, and then you can use it as per your choice.
As per our choice, yeah. And also I think these are very helpful for breakout rooms, because in Zoom, when we do breakout rooms, we need to see all of them, right? What's happening in each breakout room. So that is what I found out, that the dual helps to, especially if you are more into breakout rooms, then it helps you to look at all the breakout rooms together on one screen. Yeah. Great. Then there are emojis, there are those cursors, and for Google Classroom also, there are a lot of extensions which you want to see everybody on the screen together. Then even for attendance, there are extensions, so that instead of looking at every child, it automatically logs in the child the moment the child logs in, and at the end it gives you a detailed Excel sheet if you want the Excel sheet. Otherwise, it gives you a pop-up saying that these were the children who attended your session. So there are those Google Classroom extension also, which help us to kind of ease out our load in the virtual world. Yeah. Web Paint and Google Meet, Grid View. Yeah. The Grid View in Google Meet helps us to look at all the participants together. Yeah, I have that Grid View. Attendance, Google Attendance. Yes. Party. There is some tool called Party. Is it?
Rakhee, miss?
Yes, Sangram sir. Party Popper. Yeah.
Do we have any extension, Chrome extension for breakout rooms in Google?
No.
No, we don't.
I've not figured that out yet.
No, we don't have.
We don't have?
In Google, we don't have breakout rooms. Yeah.
Only in Zoom we have.
So
No, we have breakout rooms.
In Google?
Where ma'am we have?
In Google, if you are the link creator, then you have an option of creating breakout rooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So that's something that
feature. It's a new feature. You have Q&A and a poll and a breakout room feature. This is a new addition to the Meet.
Miss, just can you tell us in detail, like how, like I have not seen that extension in Google.
So when you're creating the link, right?
See, if you are creating a link, like for example, how do I show it to you? Like I have a debate club, so I have created the link. So when my participants join, automatically when I click the breakout room, the icon will be shown, okay, to your right hand side. You'll see the icon there. So once you click on that, the children, if there are 20 children, then automatically they are divided into say 5 groups. Okay. And you choose it, and you choose to say yes, or you want to change the names here and there. You can do that, and probably add a teacher here and there if you feel like. And then you say go, and they go, and it just works like Zoom. It's a time thing. After 5 minutes, they get back. They have to close it and come back. So I can't show you now because you need people there.
Yeah, you need to join the Google Meet.
You need to join the Meet, and then so you can try doing this. So probably create a link. You will see those options there. It is pretty easy.
Can you just give the steps how to go about, so that you can give
so maybe we could have a Google Meet created, and then we go to that. So maybe I could just present that in a video.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Lakshmi, it is like when we are creating into the calendar, that time we get an option when we are creating a link.
Yeah. And the calendar.
Okay, fine. That means I'm correct. I'm on a correct track. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. When we go to calendar, correct.
So I create a link, and that is there every Wednesday. So since I am the creator, I can see, like, I'll tell you why I'm stressing on the word being the creator. If for that school timetable, there have been 2 teachers who've created all the class links. Now there, I don't have the liberty to have the breakout room nor attendance, because see, now these days, you don't need that Chrome extension for attendance also, because Google Meet automatically sends the attendance at the end of the day to the link creator. There's a mail that comes to you. So if you are the creator of the link, then you receive the mail automatically. You don't have to even have that extension called attendance. Similarly, if you're the creator, you have the liberty to use the Q&A, the poll, and this particular breakout room feature, which otherwise you don't get an access to. Because the normal class links that have been created by other teachers, I cannot use that particular feature of breakout rooms. It is not it doesn't come to me as an option. It's only when I'm the creator, I get the authority to create breakout rooms.
Not even if the ownership is transferred?
We've not tried that ownership transfer.
Because usually we do transferring of ownership, because
I think if it is transferred, you should be having an access. Yeah.
No, usually
Hello,
we
can I
have
ask a
conducting a
question?
coding class.
Hello, can I ask a question here,
Yep.
please?
Yep. Yep.
Is this a new feature?
Yes,
You said
Yes, it
yes,
has just come in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Because of late I have not gone in to check the new features, so I am not aware of it. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, it has just come in. Yeah. So if we go to schedule a meet, that's where we will be able to find if you want to have a breakout room or no. Yeah.
No, no, Rakhee, see, when you create a meet
Google
link,
Calendar.
you enter that meeting link first. Okay, there you don't, when you're creating, it doesn't give you an option. When you enter a meet link, so it is a normal link wherein you have the chat, you have the participants, everything you can see. So there is
Correct.
3 more icons which show poll, Q&A and breakout room. There you
Okay.
go and click breakout room, then you can
Okay.
figure
Okay.
out.
That's what I was just figuring that
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
yeah. It is easy.
Miss Rakhee, can I ask you something?
Sure. Yeah.
Miss, there is one problem that I'm facing with Google Meet grid view. So I cannot see my screen when I'm sharing with my students. So then I cannot really read it from there and look at the students at the same time.
I think your voice is
Can
echoing,
I?
so I didn't get the last part.
She's saying that she's not able to view the in the grid view she's not able to show or she's not able to present. Is that clear, Miss Shivani?
I can present my screen. They can see the screen, but I cannot see that I am sharing the screen. So at the same time, I cannot see the students and the screen on that Google Meet view.
So did you try
No,
updating your Google Meet?
Purpose.
Uh,
You can't
I've
see
not tried
yourself
that.
when you are sharing the screen from same
you
device.
can show. You
Yes.
can show.
In the
You can
taskbar,
show,
there
ma'am.
is
You have
a
to pin
icon
in.
below.
Miss,
In
can
the
you repeat that?
in the taskbar, there is an icon below where you can see that.
Okay. I'll try
And
that. And I've not tried updating
to a certain extent, even dualness will help you.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. Then I'll try that one. I'll try
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that.
Here, I would like to add,
Screens together. You
Moni.
can even you can
Yes,
even make your screen with the help of a cursor larger or smaller. The one which you want to keep. Suppose you want to keep the window of the students larger, then with the help of a cursor, you can just pull it ahead. If you have the extension, in spite of choosing a particular proportion, say you have chosen 70% and 30%, if you want to pull and merge, that also can happen.
Okay, miss.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll
I would
try
like to
that.
add here one thing that is, as ma'am said, that you can change the proportion. That's all correct. But that is correct only when you're sharing a Chrome tab or something like that, something similar to that. It will not work if you're sharing a presentation, a PPT. When you're doing a slideshow, then
Okay.
it does not work. Actually, it does not work at
And
all.
even the Word document, right?
Word document works because again, it is a tab, right? Whenever it is a tab, you can adjust the percentage. You can use dual S, you can use the taskbar as ma'am said, you can minimize it, like you can split it, do all that. But whenever you are presenting a full screen slideshow, then you really cannot see the kids. You cannot see the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't use so much of Google Meet. We use like Zoom. So yeah, there are a lot of new features that have come up in Google Meet as well. Yeah.
Miss
So it's
Shivani, what
basically
you
very
do now?
similar to now getting to Zoom. Yeah.
You use
Yes,
the
miss.
dual list this thing. You use dual list, and on one screen when you're sharing na, you just keep this thing, your PPT or whatever it is open, like on
Okay.
Google Slides, and on the
Okay.
other slides where you are doing, you go to people, and in the second option, one you are there. In the second option, also your name will be there because you're presenting. So just spin it over there, so your entire presentation will be seen over there. Plus the learners will be seen on the side, and
Okay.
you have to keep on presenting, so simultaneously you can see the screen, what has been getting presented, how the learners
Presented
are
and the
being.
students
Yes,
together.
yes,
Yes.
and everything
Okay.
you can see it together. Only the thing is you have to adjust the screen, and you have to keep it active, like whenever you're using that tab, so it will
Okay.
help you.
Okay.
Just try it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Thank you, miss.
The
Thank
dual
you,
app, the
teachers.
dual
Yeah, yeah.
extension, right?
That's what I was
Thank you,
coming
teachers.
actually. Yeah.
Great, great. So I think it's all being answered by the teachers for the teachers. So great. Good to know that we all are getting our solutions, and it's called dualness. Dual, yeah. Dualness. It's dualness or it's dual?
Dual less. Dual
Dual
less.
Dualness, I
dual
think.
lesson.
Okay. Yeah, because then otherwise something else will show up and I will download that. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. There's
Any
no
more
end
questions?
there, I guess.
There's no, sorry. Right. So I've typed that in the chat box, and in case there's anything else, any other questions regarding the Chrome extension, and anything else anyone would like to share, or any question that you would like to ask before we end our session for today, anything else? So I hope that all of you enjoyed today's Chrome extension session, and there were some good takeaways for each one of you. And if there was something that you enjoyed learning, if it contributed to your already existing knowledge, then please do share your feedback, and write a review for us on our Facebook page, which is Teachers Help Teachers, and leave a review for us. Or I'm also going to be sharing a chat thread, and please write in the comment whether you enjoyed it, whether you learned something fruitful. And yes, it's always a pleasure to connect with all you educators, and learn from one another. I think that's something that energizes me, and it keeps me on my toes. So it's always great to learn and connect, of course, because if it's always said that if you want to get better at something, you should teach it. So thank you very much for joining in. And with this, we would like to end our session today. And we will be coming up with another session on Chrome extensions next week. That's in Feb. And next week, we have a session on formative assessment. So it's all about about formative assessment by an educator from I think she's from Oberoi International School. So she's going to be coming and sharing her knowledge. And that's going to be at the same time next Wednesday at 6 p.m., 6 to 7 p.m. So I hope to see you, especially the early learners. Yes.
You will be sharing this recording, today's recording?
Yes, I will be uploading it on YouTube, so that you can share it with your fellow educators and subscribe to our channel. And also, all the videos that all the sessions that happen on Wednesdays are usually uploaded on the YouTube and then shared with everyone. Right? So great.
Okay.
Thank you once again. And
Thank
with
you.
this, we shall be ending today's session. And I hope you have a great week ahead, and come back energized next week. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a
Thank
good
you,
session.
everybody. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rakhee.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for attending.